Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would give you a quick kind of demo and review of the Morphe contour palette. I know that contour palettes lately seem to really be trending, not necessarily just contour, but like contour palettes where you have a whole bunch of shades for both contouring and highlighting, and typically they've been coming in these powder forms. So today I have this Morphe one. I got it a few weeks ago from Amazon, but I think it's pretty cheap. I think it's from like $15 to $18 on the Morphe Brushes website, and the pans are really big. You get a lot of product. I think it's probably double the size of the Anastasia contour palette that seems to be really popular right now. I know a lot of brands are coming out with these kind of palettes, like Kat Von D has her Shade Light palette. I even think NYX has one now, so that's a more affordable option. But today I'm going to show you the Morphe contour palette, and I'm just going to show you how I like to use it and my thoughts on it as well. I have been using it for a couple of weeks, so I do have an opinion formed. Just with the colors, you do have your basic light colors, so you have a really light color that's almost white, and they're very pigmented and silky. They don't feel chalky at all, so even though they are a little bit on the cheaper side, they don't feel too cheap. So you have this peachy color, this more yellowy color. It's not really like that banana color that you would get in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, but it is a little bit more yellowy based. Then you have this really good bronzy color, a really dark palette, which I don't really use, and then this really taupey color that's going to be perfect for contouring. So I've been using this both on my face and on my eyes, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you a quick look using just this palette on both my face and my eyes. So the main brush that I'm going to be using for contouring today is this little brush that I got in my Benefit Hoola bronzer. So I think all the little boxed blushes and bronzers from Benefit come with this little brush, and I'm going to be using that taupey color that I talked about in the beginning. It's going to be perfect for contouring because it's going to be perfect for mimicking the tone of a shadow, as opposed to if I were to use this really warm color, which is really just going to add warmth to my face and not a shadow, which is what contouring does. It kind of adds depth by creating a shadow on your face. So I'm just going to dip my brush into it very slightly because these powders are so pigmented. That's another thing I love. They are very pigmented, so you really only need like the tiniest tap and you're good to go. So what I do is I like to make that little weird face and kind of just go right where I think my cheekbone should be. So right where it kind of goes in, I'm going to go not necessarily on that, but a little bit above that, just to raise my face and make it look like my cheekbones are a little bit higher. So like, as you can see, I just put a little bit right now when there is some shadow, but I do want some more, so I'm just going to go ahead and build it up till I get it to the darkness that I want it to be. I also like to contour the sides of my forehead and my temple area, as well as my jawline. I use the same color, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to start with my jawline, and you want to make sure you go all the way back behind your ears, because everywhere, you know, your jawbone doesn't end here. It goes all the way back. So you want to make sure, if you're going to define that, to go all the way back and underneath your chin. And this is just going to give your face more definition. And if you have a little bit of double chin action going on like I do, then it'll camouflage it just a little bit. And then I'm just going to go with a little bit on my temples here. And I'm doing one side of my face so that way you can see a difference. So now that I have one side of my face done, I don't know if you can tell, but this side just looks more defined. It has more definition, more structure, as opposed to this side that doesn't have anything. And then for the bronzing part, because this is so cool, to avoid me looking muddy at all, I'm going to use this warmer color right here. And this is just a really pretty almondy kind of peanut buttery color. I love it. And I'm just going to go right above that contour with this Real Techniques large powder brush and just work right above that contour that we did on my jawline. So I'm not going to go directly underneath this time. I'm going to go more right here, just to add some warmth to the perimeter of my face, and then around my forehead area. So that just brought a little bit more warmth to my face and some nice dimension. As for my under eye area, what I like to do is take my e.l.f. blush brush, and I like to take the lightest color here And on this one, I'm not shy because I like a strong highlight underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to make sure there aren't any creases. And then just take that and tap. So I'm going to go in the triangular shape that I applied my concealer in as well. And just set everything. And I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely can. My face just really brightens up. Everything's nice and set, so it's not going to crease, it's not going to move for the majority of the day. I also like to take the light color and just put it right underneath my contour just to clean up that line, make everything look more sharp. I also like to take this peachy color and go right in between where I put that bronzer and the highlight color just to blend everything so there aren't, you know, harsh lines. And it is, if you wanted to leave it like this, it is a pretty blush color. It's just kind of peachy and natural looking. So that is one side of my face nice and contoured. I will take some on my chin because that is something that I usually do. Down the bridge of my nose, on the middle of my forehead, as well as my cupid's bow. So that is one side of my face done. I am going to take some contour and go down the side of my nose. And there you go. That is one side of my face shaded and highlighted, and I hope you can tell the difference because I definitely can. There's just so much more dimension, so much more shape to my face on this side as opposed to this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the other side of my face, and then I'll be right back and I'm going to show you how I use these colors on my eyes. I went ahead and I contoured the other side of my face now, and now what I'm going to do is show you how I like to use this palette on my eye. I will take this light color, and I've already primed my eyes using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the color Eden. So I'm just going to smooth over my eyes and make sure there aren't any creases before I go ahead and I set that primer. So just on a small shader brush, I think this one is from Coastal Scents, I'm not sure, I think I got it in one of my beauty subscription boxes, but I'm just going to pack that all over my lid. And the beauty of these is, like I said, they're so pigmented, so you really get a lot of color payoff, and they are very silky and easy to blend and just really nice to work with. And then you always want to use a transition color, and this palette has it, so I'm going to use that same buttery peanut butter almond color that we use to bronze up our face. I'm going to take that on a Sigma E40 blending brush and just work that into my crease as my transition color. So if you don't already know, transition color is just going to make blending out the rest of the colors that we're going to put on our lid so much easier, and it's just going to create a nice transition from one shade to the next. So I'm just going to take that and work it in back and forth motions across my lid, across my crease, and up onto my brow bone, just really blowing it out and adding some warmth the same way that we did with our face. So then what I like to do after that is take a more denser blushing blending brush like this one here. With this brush, I'm going to go into the contour shade that we used on our cheeks and just tap it in there a little bit. I'm going to tap off any excess because we don't want any fallout to mess up that great highlighting that we just did. So I'm just going to work that more directly into my crease. And this is going to add more shape and dimension to our eyes the same way that it added more shape and dimension to our cheekbone. And there you go. This eye definitely stands out more than this eye now because we added that darker color in the crease. And then I'm just going to go back in with that blending brush and just work it all out, blend it all out, just so there aren't any harsh lines. So sometimes I will go in with this dark color, and this is a little bit more warmer than this color and a little bit more darker, and I'll just take a little bit on that same blending brush that we use in our crease, and I'll just take it on the outer corner and kind of like a V shape into my crease, and then connecting it with my lower lash line. This is going to add a really nice shape to your eyes, add more dimension, and then also make your lashes look a little bit fuller because we're we are adding some shadow there. And then I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and just blend it all out. And then I will do the same on the other eye. And then now for my lower lash line, I'll take a small brush like this, and this one I think is from Ipsy. I got it in my Ipsy subscription ages and ages and ages ago, but it's just a really small fluffy detailer brush, and I'll just take a mixture of the warm color up here that we use as a transition and the contour color down here, and you don't want a lot on your brush for this, and I'll just run that under my lower lash line again just to add a bit more definition. And I don't know if you can see the difference from this eye to this eye, but this eye is just a little bit more defined. And on a day-to-day basis, that's basically it. But what I'm going to do is go back into this light color and just touch up the lid. And that was super easy because, like I said, these colors are super pigmented. And I'm just going to go out and blend out any harsh lines that created. And then I'm also going to take this color and highlight my brow bone. Just underneath my arch, as well as the inner corner, and this is just gonna brighten me up even a little bit more. And then I will just go in with my mascara, and that is it. So I went ahead and I showed you how I like to use this on my cheeks, on my face, as well as on my eyes. If you're looking for a good contour palette that is a little bit more on the affordable side, I would definitely go with the Morphe contour palette. I think it's about $18. Don't quote me on that, but I will find it and put everything in the description box down below just to make your life a little bit easier. But if you are looking for a good contour palette, like I said, this is a good one to check out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful in some way. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out and helps my channel get a little bit more noticed when I have more likes on my videos, so that would really help me out. Tell all your friends about me if you enjoy watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.